Alright, so just got it done installing an LS2 silver blade throttle body on here. I had made a post about looking for one because the stock one that came on this car, the LS6 3-bolt style, is about a 75 millimeter or so, and this one's a true 90 millimeter. So it's quite the difference in size. And this throttle body had a 2-wire connection here and a 6-wire connection here. So I found this write-up on LS1 Tech. So you take your pin A on the connector side of the throttle body and you hook it to the brown wire in this harness. There's a brown and yellow wire in this harness, and then coincidentally my two on this one, A and B, were brown and yellow as well. So I hooked those two up, and then C, you take the green wire and the yellow wire, put them together and put them to pin C on your connector, and then blue goes to D, and then your purple and white go together to pin E, and then a single pink to pin F. So I just did that up, and it works. It revs up, seems to rev up a lot better with the larger throttle body than the LS6 one. But yeah, so here's the LS6 intake, throttle body. Look at how small that is. It's quite a small blade at 75 millimeters, and then like I say, that one's a true 90. So for comparison, here's a 4-bolt truck throttle body. You can see the difference just in those two, and the LS2 is a little bigger than these 4-bolt truck ones. So that ought to be worth a few ponies on it, maybe. I've got a Volant cold air intake coming, should be here Monday, and then I'm going to put another muffler in it. I think I mentioned that, but this is what I had on the Trailblazer, and it did very well. And it's actually the same size as the mid muffler that came off the Cadillac stock. So this is a Jones 3-inch in, 3-inch out, and it actually has an X pipe inside of it and all. And I was surprised at how quiet the Trailblazer was, because this is the full exhaust on the Trailblazer, and it was pretty quiet. So and this car's not that loud, don't get me wrong, it's not that loud of a car. Going down the road, it's not that bad. So, but I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that. My children and my wife thought it was kind of loud, so they're the ultimate say on that. So I thought the muffler was supposed to be here today. The guy brought me the throttle body today, was kind enough to bring it to me, and paid him, and then talked for a while, and then I brought it in here thinking that the muffler was going to be in. I was going to wire this up and get this on and then do the muffler at the same time, but here we are, and it hasn't shown up. And typically our drivers for FedEx and UPS would have been come by now, so I guess that's not going to happen today. Talked to Doug on this thing, and he's going to entrust me with taking the valve body off and then trying to check the pin and all, just so we don't have to, if it's something I can fix, get it taken care of, here. Otherwise, ultimately we'll just send it to him and let him see what's going on with it. Let's see what else we got going on. I did some coolant lines on a EcoBoost. I get a Ford truck, get back into a Ford vehicle, and everybody thinks I work on them now. So these are the coolant fittings and lines for the driver's side turbo, and you can see how rusty and crusty they are. The turbo side, actually, this is the turbo side, but this is the turbo side as well, and you can see how it was rusted and corroded and was leaking on this one right there. That one, it was leaking on that one. So I did not pull the turbos off. I was able to get these out. I had to pull the inner fender, the boost tubes, and all that off. And this gentleman brought me a Dorman hoses, and this one from Dorman did not fit very well. So got it on there. It doesn't seem to be leaking. This one I did the turbo side because this side goes in the back of the cylinder head, and it wasn't leaking, of course, until I touched it and changed the turbo side one. And then this one was leaking, and I could not for the life of me get down in there with a pick and get the clip out. So what I ended up doing is putting the truck in the air, and these are just, the quick connect fittings like we see on the transmission lines on a Chevrolet. And once you get that clip out, they just pull out. But this one clip on the back of the cylinder head, once I got the truck up in the air, I actually took this pick right here and then electrical taped it to my long extension, and was able to get up in there and get under it and then pop it off. And once I got it off, I pulled this out and then got a 19 millimeter or 3/4 socket with a long swivel and extension, and was able to get to it from the bottom and get it out. And then once you leave the clips in it, and then I just popped the new one back in and we were good to go. But I don't know how long it takes a normal person to do this. This is the first one I have ever done. So I mean, it took me I want to say 5 hours, which is kind of sad to admit, to do these four fittings and 2 hoses. But I kept having to take this one off and bend it to try to get it to fit, in there like it should. But it was a pain. And once I got it on there, it was, got it filled up and everything. So I pulled the inner fender liner, pulled the wheel, pulled the boost tubes off the turbo, the charge pipe, and the air inlet pipe, and that was really it. That was all I pulled off. And I mean, you really can't get to a lot from up top. Everything I found was easier to get to it from the bottom, which I guess most people probably don't have a lift. So the lift made it a lot easier, because I never would have got that back clip off if I hadn't put it in the air and rigged up that long pick connection to reach up in there and pop it off. So I ordered a rebuild kit for the rear diff on the Cadillac. Hopefully it's the right one. And trying to clean up in here some. It's just a disaster in here all the time. So much stuff going in and out of here. But like I say, on this thing, that's what I was doing this morning. I was trying to find my bolts and everything to put this on my stand. I had gotten my transmission holder thingy that I made to go on there, and then was getting ready to put it on this one, and then got distracted by something else, and then I didn't get that on there, and I was going to put that big block on the stand. And then, it's like everything else, trying to find the right thread pitch and size bolts that fit the engine block and are long enough to go through the engine stand. So, and again, my mom came to pick up the children to take them for the day, and then I was trying to get all my oil to go to the dump, because I had my roll around changer over there was full of oil, and when I was pulling this out, I was like, oh crap, my oil drain's full, so I don't have anywhere to put it. So I had to use my big pan there, and because I was going to try to save it, but it didn't look good enough to save. So, and plus I don't like doing that anyway unless it looks 100% perfect. I mean, it's just not worth it to me to try to reuse fluid on, something like this. So what was that yesterday? So I pulled the cat off of the 92, this big monstrous cat right there, which I think oh God, it's heavy. I think most of it was gone out of the inside anyway. So I got that off, put a nice straight piece in there, got the transmission pulled out of this Trailblazer, and then got those coolant lines on that F-150. That's what we did yesterday. And then today we got the throttle body on and got the oil taken to the dump. And then my drain piece at the top, I don't know why I left it on there. It had a screw in it. And then I'm driving up the road in the 92 long bed, and then I see in the rearview mirror it just flips off. So I slammed on brakes and pulled around to try to go get it, and then the poor thing suffered a casualty and got destroyed. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix it or just have to buy another one. But anyway, that's that. I'm really curious to see. I wish I could have set it up where I could run it back to back, comparison between that LS6 throttle body and the 4-bolt throttle body. I think it'd be pretty neat. But they do sell an adapter that plugs into these two connectors and then plugs into the throttle body. But I mean, then you got the two connectors here, and then the two connectors here, and then the connector on the throttle body. So I just cut everything down and then soldered it and everything. And again, this is a P59 ECU down under the headlight there. And then that's the tack module, and it's that plastic tack module. So if you have one of those, then you can run the silver blade throttle body and there's no tuning required. It's pretty much just plug and play.